So, what skills are needed to be a fashion photographer? Obviously, you need to have technical skills. Okay, being a photographer requires the technicalities of the camera, settings, different speed, all that kind of stuff. All of that's going to sound like a jargon if you don't know. If you pick up a camera for the first time and you have no idea what is f-stop, ISO, aperture, what it means, and what it means to shoot on a low light, really bright light. You need to have all those kind of stuff. You need to have the experience and the context of when to shoot. And the way you're gonna get really good at this is by practicing to get better, not practicing for the sake of practicing. So practice to get better. Try to shoot in multiple scenarios, multiple locations, possibly a location that you feel comfortable in as well. Look for a location that you're comfortable in as well. That would also help as well. Another thing you need to do, obviously you must know how to use a camera. You can try experiment with different camera. I know some people either Nikon or Canon or Panasonic. Doesn't really matter. You need to know how to use a camera as well. It's going to be intimidating for a beginner that doesn't have any technical skills. Just as if you're not someone that's very technical, or you're not someone that it can be learned. If you're not technical, it can be learned just with repetition and repetition and repetition. And also nowadays there's so many videos online, research online that you can do to get access to all the information you need to do. Right here now, you're watching this content. And another thing you need to know is shaping skill. So you need to have an eye for placing objects together. You need to have an eye of how, this is how a stage should look. Let's say for example I have 3 or 4 or 5 models. Maybe I might say, okay, take the male model to stand beside another female model, place the other model like this. Obviously this will come with time, but you can replicate this by buying a tons of magazines or going through a lot of pictures online, saving them on your phone. Try to get as much experience as possible to get to the speed where you are technically competent. You probably need to do a volume of work, and you don't necessarily have to take all the pictures. You can also do a volume of. You can also be an assistant to other photographers, whether big or small. It actually, the thing about photography is you need to be in the doing as opposed to, you can watch all the videos online if you want, but you need to actually have the experience. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to get your skill sets up there quickly as a fashion photographer. And the last two is artistic skill and communication and marketing skills. Okay, you've got to have an appreciation for aesthetic. If you are a photographer and this is your goal to be a fashion photographer, you have to have an artistic skill. Some people are very technical and not so artistic, but I believe anything can be learned. I prove that. If you think you are the only person that can shoot your style of aesthetic of photographer, I guarantee you to get 3 apprentices, take them under your wing for a year, teach them your ways of shooting, the way you see situation when you're shooting. I guarantee you that person will shoot equally as better, if not as good as you. So you can learn your artistic skill by either being an apprentice, or you can also learn your artistic skill through by reading a lot of fashion books, watching a lot of movies. You can get inspiration from movies. You can get inspiration from coffee books. You can get inspiration from everywhere. Now, marketing and communication skill is important. This is really important because you need to sell yourself as a photographer. You need to sell your work and sell your service. If you just have a great portfolio and you're happy doing that, fine. I know a lot of photographers make money through weddings and through events, whereas they do actually want to shoot photography for a living. But when things are quiet, they do weddings, they do parties, that kind of stuff, to make money on the side. But you need a marketing skill. Even for a photographer that wants to make money from events, You also need to register your business, have a business account, have a website, set up a Google profile for your business, set up a Google profile for your business. What else? There's a tons of stuff you need to do. You might need to get an agent, but most important thing is you need to be reaching out to, let's say for example, this is your full-time gig or part-time gig, whatever, and you want to make this a full-time thing. You need to be reaching out to a minimum of 50 to 100 prospects a day. So if you reach out to 3,000 people by the end of the month, let's say you might have 20 or 10 that are willing to pay, and maybe 2 or 3 that have paid, and that will cover you for the next month or so. Now, if you think, if this is something that resonates with you, I have a ebook that I designed for you guys. Comment below, Land of Flowers, or check the description. There'll be a link to the ebook that guides you through the process.